Hello everyone, very happy to be with you today. My name is Dikran and today we are talking about The Legend of Zelda, one of the most beautiful game in the world and probably the most beautiful game in the world. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is getting an update number 1.3.1, and this update fixes some issue of gameplay. And of course, when Nintendo is talking about some improvement in the gameplay experience, of course we know that we won't know anymore. But there are still some interesting improvements, in particular in the DLC, you know, the Master Trials, the latest DLC. There were a combat, and in this combat the points were not correctly given, so this 1.3.1 update fixes some of this kind of problem. But the coolest thing about this new update is that now you can have special bonus objects in the news section of the Nintendo Switch. For this new feature to work, your Legend of Zelda game must be updated. On your Joy-Con you press the plus button and you go in the update and you can update your game via internet. You can see that the game is already been updated automatically. Once your game is updated, you can go in the news section of the Nintendo Switch. You press again the button plus on the Joy-Con and you can see this channel. The channel is called The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tips from the Wild. So you want to subscribe to this channel, you subscribe, and then when you go back, you can see that the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Tips from the Wild news have appeared. So you can see that there is one which is interesting, maybe this one. It is called Befriend a Dog. So if you start the Legend of Zelda game right straight from this news, from this section, you will have special objects, special bonus objects. So you go down and you'll see Start Software. So I start the software from here. And you'll see that I will receive some special objects. For this particular time, it will be a piece of meat and 2 apples. Okay, so it's not too much, but it's already good, because if you don't have amiibos, because with amiibos it's always a lot of food, but if you don't have amiibos, maybe this could be good for you. So you start the software and you will receive 2 apples and 1 piece of meat. You must notice that there is some restriction. There are some restriction. You have to be a little bit advanced in the game. You cannot do straight from the beginning. You must have the paraglide. You must have the paraglide before you can do this special thing with the news section. And also it does not work in the shrines and in the dungeons. So if you are in a shrine or in a dungeon, this little trick will not work. I think that it's a really good idea that had Nintendo giving special bonus objects from this news section, because it makes this news section more attractive. And maybe why, maybe not, why not, and maybe why not, and maybe why not, and maybe why, and why not, and why not, maybe in the future we will have some more interesting things, like a shield, like arrows, or maybe the Master Sword. Maybe not for the Master Sword. And now what you can do is tell me in the comments what kind of special item you want to see in this news section of the Nintendo Switch.